Hello, everyone, and welcome to Brown Box. I'm your co-host, Brian Harsh.
And I'm Chris LeRoy.
And on Brown Box, we each bring in a different record that we really enjoy and that we want to kind of hype and talk about and maybe expose some people to. So that's what we're going to be doing today.
I like that concept.
Absolutely.
And we also have a brown box. It's symbolic.
It looks a little familiar, but, bring anything today?
I did bring something.
What'd you got? There we go.
From 1976, Flamin Groovies,
Nice.
Shake Some Action. One of the most influential albums in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Unsung band, flashed through pre-punk era, more like pub rock thing,
Sure.
But they're not a pub
Right.
rock band. They're like the heart of rock music, the heart of rock and roll music. And you hear earlier versions of the Flamin Groovies, and they're sort of making that bridge between rock and roll music.
Right.
And because you can see their intense love
Yes.
for the music that came before, and they create something that would have stood the test of time in the 60s, and they would have been as celebrated as big name bands,
Right.
bands, because of the song quality, the sound. Dave Edmunds produced it, and when I listened to it, I thought, well, this has to be a reissue for something.
Sure.
Because this couldn't be music from 1976, and I probably got it around 78. Maybe.
Okay.
So right in the cusp of the bands that I was going to be involved with.
Sure.
The Dangers were starting up, and then when I'd make my little cassette mixes, and we'd be driving to the band practice, and we were sharing this with John. I say, there's this great music. Tony loves it.
Mm-hmm.
You love it. And John still sings Shake Some Action.
Yeah,
So the Flamin Groovies captured kind of the feel of kind of Beatles song construct. And yet it doesn't sound like a throwback. They're not like copying the Beatles.
Yeah.
It's like a band who would have coexisted during that time.
Sure.
And they just happened to show up. It's like they got on the wrong train.
Yeah, right. You look at them.
Yeah.
Like, look at the back. They're all hanging out.
Yeah.
They're all in suits.
They're all in suits. They got on the wrong train somewhere in the 1965.
They got lost.
And it kept going.
Yeah. They're in a time warp.
And they got off the train, and it was 1976. It says, damn, we have all these great songs. Shake Some Action. Sometimes. Yes, it's true. Yes, it's true. I mean, all these are just like classic songs that if they had gotten off the train earlier, they would be one of the most celebrated bands. And they still can be the spirit of what great bands do, where they have a sound and a feeling and an emotion. 2.5-minute songs.
Yep.
It sounds muddy, but it almost sounds a little bit kind of like a mistake. Like it was, like there's some sort of fuzz over the top.
It's okay.
You pick up the needle and you blow on it.
Right.
There's something, but it is that sound, and it is this music, and I wouldn't change a molecule on it. It was special to me. It was special to my band, because we said, oh my goodness, there's a band, we want to be as cool as the Flamin Groovies, and someday we'll get there. Dangers would be in the middle of, we started in 1979, so we're in the middle of all the punk era.
It's a good year, a lot going on.
Wonderful family of musicians, especially out here in the Riverside area, between here and LA, San Bernardino, the Beat. And we would be in these shows somewhere local, and it'd be like 4 punk bands, and then the Dangers in the middle, and then 4 more punk bands. And at the beginning, it was like, man, you guys aren't cool. You're not punk. And all I had, was just like, you need to listen to the Flamin Groovies and come back and talk with me. And, by the end of the show, or by the next time they saw us, go, you guys are so cool. You're not even punk.
Yeah.
So you got to be who you are.
Sure.
And the music that they made is authentic.
Yep.
And
it's them.
It's them, and this album is the best example of who they were. Seek out this album.
So thank you, everybody, for another installation of Brown Box. Ryan Harsh
and Chris LeRoy.